Hello, everyone. I'm Cheslick44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we did some more reporting in Nekataka, took care of a small mission, and things are taking care of that. Now, I think we should do some exploring to take care of a few minor things. There are things we need to look at down here, I believe. Islands we haven't explored or seen, so we can finish off there. Also, we need to make a quick stop over in Dunnage to speak with what's-his-name. So, let's just head on right over there. Should be a quick one. We just need to go in there, tell the guy, hey, we have a mission for you from the Valiant Trading Company that isn't really particularly something we want to do, but we're going to have to do it anyway. Yeah, let's speed it up. The sea seems fair, but something shifts on the horizon. Oh? The Deadfire sea is calm, and the Vixen cuts smoothly across its surface, skulls trailing in the craft's wake. At the wheel, Beadle whistles quietly to himself. Doru and Kreef stand near the starboard rail, quietly discussing the safest course to your destination. The Vixen creaks as it crosses the waves. Approach the rail. The breeze tugs at your clothes as the salt-laced air shifts. A long gray line stretches across the horizon. It seems to shimmer like the air on a hot day. Doru's nose wrinkles as the sailor stares into the distance. No storm that. Too low and growing too fast. Seraphin's ears flatten against the sides of his head. Flogging, fuck cap, whatever that mother be, she be moving with a quickness. Thus be bringing her about when you've a her to spring. A quiet rumble rolls across the sea, and as the line grows, a massive swell of water barreling towards the Vixen. Bring us about. I think we're big enough to go straight over that wave. Beadle points the bowsprit directly into the wave. The deck rises before you, water rushing past to either side as the ship ascends. You experience a moment of weightlessness before the Vixen pitches forward and plunges down the far side of the wave. The helmsman howls, though you're not sure whether in excitement or terror. Hey, sailor experience. The swell moves past, leaving the sea heaving in its wake. As the Vixen steadies, you regain your feet and take stock of the damage. Beadle clings to the wheel like it might try to fly away. What in the good God's names was that? Kreef frowns across the calming sea. Came from the southeastern Deadfire, Captain. Round Tikawara, if I had to guess, or the Black Isles. Maybe there was an eruption or quake or something? The Vixen sails on. Something came from down in Tikawara. Curious. We may need to go investigate. Dour Old Forwin. You have a name? We're boarding. This is gonna be an easy fight, I think. I mean, they're level 10. This won't be a problem. Right, ho! Take them all down. That was like a single shot and down. That's beautiful.
Let's go. I reap what I sow.
Ah, there's Forwin. Oh, plus, not only am I happy to be taking... not only am I happy to be taking care of someone with a name, I am also happy to be taking care of freaking slavers. I think that's the last of them. Yep, there we go. And we got the Triumph of Dour Old Forward. Beautiful. Take it all and continue. We're good. Right, now, back to Dunnage. We got someone to speak to. And Balefire Beacon. We know what it's related to, but... Right, Ferrante...
Castol warned me you would come, but he did not indicate how much he'd have briefed you in advance.
The captain straightens the frilled cuffs of his sleeves, ready to get down to business. Castol thought you could use the help.
You can assure Castol that I would have handled it in due time. I've simply been tied up with other matters.
A frown tugs at the corners of his mouth, and he strokes a thumb thoughtfully along the curved grip of his flintlock.
However, if you were to handle this small matter for the both of us, I would see to your reward.
Drop the excuses and give me the details.
As you prefer, you're to go to Crookspur and speak with a Master Kua. He runs the island.
Seraphin's mouth falls slightly open. Vertigo tickles the edge of your thoughts, as if you were peering over the edge of the world.
Flogging fuck. Hand me your map,
Okay.
and I'll mark Crookspur's location. I trust that Cat answers that.
Okay. Yeah, it's the stuff we knew about. Don't worry, Seraphin. I intend to do something about the slavers, and it's not gonna be working with them. We just came here to get that information. Oh, right, I could have just left. That was me being stupid. Alright, leave by sea. Now, I'm going to change who we have in our party a bit, because we've had this group for a while, and we're... An important missive from Captain Aldiz. Hello, lovesome. I hear you've got a deal, another one really, going on for Ferrante to muck around in that mess in Crookspur Island. Before you go sailing in to do that cockroach bidding, come and have a chat with me, will you? I've got a proposition for you I think you'll find wildly enticing. Okay. So we got this again. Back to Fort Deadlight. Murkwater Lagoon. Oh, hey, Maia's back. Good. We should talk to her. Tell you what, we'll do the... Yeah, let's talk to her now. I think we can. Let's see. She's gonna be... There you are. Hey, Maia.
So, we're back. Did you miss us?
Maia smiles a little, the side of her mouth twitching. Ishiza offers a friendly squawk. Of course I missed you.
Well, thanks. It was just me and the bird for a couple of days, and we're sick to death of each other.
Something happened out there, and it's got me all turned around.
Maia fixes her attention on a distant point. Well, speak your mind.
I didn't exactly deliver a missive. That parchment was meant for me, and I delayed opening it as long as I could. Atsura gave me a name and a location. That was all. When you're a sharpshooter by trade and your boss doesn't offer clarification, you learn to arrive at your own conclusions.
Go on.
The rub of it is, my target wasn't some ship's captain or an ogre swinging a fence post. He was the Ranga of a Huana tribe.
Ah. Why don't you start from the beginning? Nodding to you, Maia shrugs away some tension that you hadn't noticed before.
The village was beachside. No sign of foreign occupation. I might have been the first outsider to make land in quite a while. They were just simple folk going about their lives. Couldn't have been more than 50 of them. Their Ranga, though? He had a voice that carried, that echoed in the hearts of his people.
Her eyes narrow as she concentrates on a far-off point. What did he speak about?
He called for unity with the neighboring tribes, the setting aside of bad blood. His people listened, and listened well. He was my target. You can guess what happened next.
Maia shrugs, squeezing her forearms to release some tension. Tell me anyway.
I picked a spot and a time of day. Morning, west-facing, plenty of tree cover. The light was in my favor. The winds were low. He left his hut, mussed his kid's hair, and set off for the beach on the other side of the island, checking lobster traps. Ishi followed him overhead, and I followed him with my sights, holding my breath, waiting for the right moment. And then I stopped. I pictured all those captains I'd riddled with holes and wondered, is this how we treat civilians? Is this how wars are won?
And you spared his life?
No, I killed him all right. I shot him in the back of the head. He was a corpse before he hit the ground.
She opens her fingers like a flower blooming.
It took a while for his kin to find him, but only seconds to figure out that he didn't die of a weak heart.
She chews her bottom lip and glances toward Ashiza. What happened next?
This tribe surprised me. They acted like I kicked over their anthill. They got mad. They got to work. The old Rongo went onto a pyre, and the new one snapped into place. She took up the call for unity while the embers were still warm.
Maia shakes her head, grinning a little.
Acted like I hadn't just killed her boss for doing the same thing.
Did it make a difference to you that the Rongo was a civilian?
Of course. I shoot to disrupt soldiers and end conflicts, not to stifle ideas or crush spirits. That's Valian work.
So, have we been delivering assassination missions this whole time?
Fair question. Short answer? I don't know. Atsura uses different codes for each of us. I could teach myself to write Ingwithan before I cracked another agent's instructions.
So killing the chieftain didn't actually rattle the tribe.
They mourned, they seethed, they tore at their hair. But they rebuilt. By the time I left, they were talking about peace with the other tribes like it was inevitable.
A slow smile of astonishment rises to her face. Doesn't sound like your mission was a success.
I completed my mission. I leave Atsura to worry about whether or not it was a success.
Sighing to herself, Maia tugs at her hair bun, worrying a loose lock.
If you don't mind, I need to let this brew in my head for a while and see what bubbles up. Thanks for letting me unload in the meantime. We should talk to Atsura. He'll want to know that I've done as he asked.
Other
I've got
questions?
some answers.
Okay. We'll go speak to Atsura very soon. Lonnie, I leveled up. Alright, let's put a point in athletics. And I'll put some into insight. And I get one more point here. Unbending trunk, we'll go with that, why not? Okay, well, clearly we need to go back as soon as we can. First things first, let's speak in here. We're at Fort Deadlight, we can speak to her, and then we'll go back and speak to Atsura. We may as well do it immediately. Oh, Jody leveled up too. Alright, Arcana sounds good, and History. And you get one more spell. Any lower level spells I might want? Shining Beacon might be interesting. You only really have a couple here. I guess barring Death's Door isn't a bad idea to have. Okay.
Are you ready to meet up? Right,
Yep,
this
lead
way?
on. I know. I can get there. I mean, it's fine to lead me there. I hate how they move them around like that.
I'm a sucker for a handsome face. The more battle-scarred, the more beautiful I see. Well, what can I do, you lovesome?
About Ferrante.
Got something for me, Duff? I'm all ears.
Ferrante's interest in Crookspur's slave trade involves a Valian trading company.
Well, well. Ain't that a fine thing to know? Makes sense for certain. If you've evidence of his involvement, keep it close. We may be able to use it to our benefit later. Oh, you've brought me a juicy tidbit this time. Now I'll be after it like a shark on a blood trail, as you wish.
And we got some money. Okay, and that's all we had to do there. Fair enough. Alright, let's run out of here, and we'll go back to Nekataka and report into Atsura. As we should. So we basically just showed up there, got a bunch of money, and are leaving. That's it. Nothing too special, but it's taken care of. A bit of run around and reporting in on missions and all. On to the port. And there we go. And now, I'm gonna swap out you for you, Maia. And once again, back to Nekataka. Relatively easy, we can get it taken care of. I do admit the sailing is kind of nice. It's not overly ridiculous or anything. It works out fine. There we go. To the Brass Citadel, main level of Imperial Command. I think it's the main level. I hope it's the main level. I always get confused and a crowd congests the tunnel ahead of you. I can never remember which it is. A confusing network of natural and kith-hewn tunnels runs between the Brass Citadel and the Gullet. Most of the larger thoroughfares are well-traveled and familiar, but the narrower branches that spread from them are a confusing muddle of twisting halls and dead ends. A tunnel along your path has collapsed, a giant rock at its new immovable door. Laborers mill about it, but there seems to be little actual labor occurring. You might be able to find another way through the city, but the detour could take hours. Speak to the workers. The Roparu mutter among themselves, but grow quiet and avert their gazes at your approach. The Kuaru foreman glances up from a slat of palm and raises a hand. Greetings, noble watcher. We work to fix this tunnel, but for now then, the way is closed. The servants of Nekataka always apologize for any difficulty or delay. What happened? One of the Roparu shakes his head. Surely you felt it, Akira. A great dragon went and flew over the island. It shook the whole city. The Kuaru frowns at the speaker and waves the Yamawa off. You go be quiet. They know better than to blunt their teeth at their betters. The servants of Nekataka always apologizes for any inhospitality or offense. Remember that with nothing but time and water, Andra reshapes entire continents. Oh. I'll try it. Akira the Watcher has spoken true. How so? As surely as the soft water erodes the shore, we go clear this passage. Thank God for the party assist. The Roparu exchange nods and, reinvigorated by your words, get back to work. After a few hours, the sweaty Roparu succeed in opening the tunnel. A musty wind whistles across your face, a sea-borne stench on its breath, bearing a bleating clamor from the darkness, a cacophony of mindless chittering and chirping. For a moment, you think you hear someone snapping their fingers. The shadows before you split and twist erratically, congregating and dissolving again before resolving into a bedlam of leathery wings. Dark home is new home! Tears a shrill voice before you, a screech from one of the many imps crowding the tunnel. Leave! They flock forward, hideous cave bats fleeing before them, and towards you. The Huana scatter in terror, leaving you to the beasts. Okay, guess we gotta kill a bunch of imps. Well, fortunately, imps die easy. Get on it. See, look at that. That one already died. Yep, massive amounts of damage. Imps are not a problem at all. And there we go. See? Easy.
Sure.
Alright, we loot everything we can. And we can move on. Now, as we were doing, to Imperial Command. Is this the floor? Oh, you wish to speak.
Your orders, Captain?
Or maybe you don't. And no, it was actually downstairs. I can never remember which one it's supposed to be. Bloody hell. Lower, Imperial Command. Lower. Alright, Atsura's all here. Over here. Not all... Well, he's all here too, but you get what I mean.
Clear skies.
Maya has business with you.
Indeed. I hope we return victorious.
He turns to her with a bold, almost confrontational stare, a look that seems to mirror her own.
It's done in any case. I'll leave you to decide what victory means.
Atsura, care to explain what you've been up to?
Maia has been assisting with plans to work toward peace in some of the more tumultuous parts of Deadfire.
He raises his eyebrows, looking back to her.
Oh, peace to some.
Peace to all. One day. I'm certain Harama would agree. He's well, after all, thanks to your decisive action. Twaha reports success and sends her thanks for your swift intervention. You have aided your countrymen with distinction. There is no higher honor to which a trencher may ascribe.
He tilts his head toward her, emphasizing his words. Trencher, a friendly term Rawatines use to refer to one another. A reference to the omnipresent trenches Rawatines have built to irrigate their soil and protect their homes from stormwater.
But what of your own assignment?
You sent Maya to kill a man. He shifts his gaze to you.
For a most noble cause, I assure you. You've always been self-sufficient and resolute in purpose, Maya. It surprises me that you should discuss your orders so freely.
Cargo shifts on long journeys no matter how tightly you tie it down, sir.
Maya glances your way and nods.
At ease. When it comes down to it, I know you will always do what must be done.
He pauses, fixing her with his strange, unwavering gaze.
Rawatai values your service, as do I. And I can think of no better reward for the rough country's finest sharpshooter than a piece such as this.
He reaches below his desk for an arquebus, which he presents to her with stiff formality. 3 bells through.
I won't keep you. I know you both have plenty of business to attend to.
Okay, then. So, she gets 3 bells through. Well, obviously I'm going to give it to her. Let's see here. It is superb, so it is better. Inaccurate, but that's the same with the arquebus. Blunted criticals, lower crit damage. Unfit for melee. Low deflection against melee weapons. Reduce base damage and attacks in a line. Interesting. And +1 penetration. We can add in interrupting on crit, or raw bleed damage over time for 12 seconds on scoring a crit, and lower reload time or higher damage. Honestly, lower reload time sounds absolutely fantastic. Why the hell not do this? And for these others, I'll need to find more rune powder, but the lower reload time will help out immensely. So, yeah, that's definitely a much better item. For you.
Are we talking about the same Atsura?
Clearing her throat once, and then again, Maya raises her eyes to yours when you glance over.
Oh, you wanted something, Captain?
You were the one trying to get my attention.
What, me? Well, go ahead and say it. You're halfway toward all right.
Maya purses her lips and appraises you up and down. Hey, you're not too shabby yourself, soldier.
Oh, I know. But it's kind of you to say. Have you ever... Dumb question, but here I go anyway.
Maya folds her arms and shifts her weight from one foot to the other.
You ever gotten close to someone, even though it just wasn't... ordinary?
Well, a god stepped on me once.
Yeah, that about kicks the legs out from under ordinary, doesn't it? What I'm talking about is a scenario where a difference in rank can get in the way of enjoying shore leave.
Ah, you mean a tryst between captain and crew.
Yeah, that about covers it. I'm just testing the direction of the wind here. Best not to overthink it.
Much as I like you, I think it's more important that we remain friends, Maya.
Say no more. I'll give you some room to breathe. Come on, Ishi.
Maya clucks her tongue to summon a Shiza, pushing you to the periphery of her attention. And is there anything else you might want to discuss?
I feel like I should set the record straight.
Go on.
I didn't get into this business so I could shoot first in a battle that hadn't even started, you know?
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
I know the Ranganui wants to see results, but I never thought any of us would be complicit in something like assassination. We're shooting at people with dangerous ideas, and assuming the ideas will die with them.
I take it you never asked these sorts of questions while fighting with the Navy.
It's a little different when the enemy's ship is turning about, their cannons glinting like a spider's eyes.
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
You don't find time for a lot of deep ethical discussions.
Funny sentiment from an expert marksman.
Funny depends on where you're standing, I guess. I can see attacking a fortress or an enemy ship. I can see taking aim at the soldier wearing the tallest hat. I killed a chieftain for spreading good ideas. It's not the same thing.
Not really, no.
If my talent with a gun caused anyone to think that a bullet is a one-size-fits-all problem solver, that says more about them than it does about me.
You sound ambivalent.
Yashiz is a good listener, but he's too dumb to offer much perspective. I could use some of yours right about now.
I'm concerned that assassination sets the wrong precedent. Bullets are cheaper than armies. You're sparing lives and resources. It's a hard path to defend. History won't be kind. Rawatai can't compete with alien funds. Principe numbers are Huana power. Or no real opinion on the matter. This is a hard path to defend. History won't be kind.
So we keep the long-term in focus, sacrificing easy gains.
Nodding to herself, Maya seems less thoughtful and more resolved. She cracks her neck and rolls her shoulder, letting out a relieved sigh.
You could be right. If we let this sort of thing spin out of control, it won't do us any good in the long run. If we go Atsura's way, we'd better be sure that killing the right people makes a difference. Damn sure. And if we fall back on what we know, cannons, sieges, occupation, we'd better commit to fighting a moving target. We won't succeed if we don't understand the tribes. And something tells me that we aren't there yet.
The tribes have the entire archipelago as their battleground.
I'm sure the Navy would love to test their might against a challenge, even if Atsura is worried about the cost.
Alright,
got some
let's be off. Anything else you want to speak of?
You have my undivided
There is not. Alright. And with that, looks like I'm gonna have to end this episode here. Because I didn't realize this would actually be this episode. Sure, why not? So, yeah. I am gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode... You know, while we could go back to where I was going to go, there's actually something I kind of want to stop and take a look at, which we'll do in the beginning of the next episode, I think. That'll be interesting to see. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Palagina, Jolti, Maya, and Aloth. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.